Welcome to Atlanta. Crisis Officer 5000, Jeremiah, the camp leader of Atlanta. Passover 2025, starting April the 9th, we got the lamb slaughter. April the 10th, we got General Muhammad's class. April the 11th, we got the Black Party that's going to have the Hebrew graduation. April the 12th, in Atlanta, Georgia, the 56th annual Passover, the only Passover under Commander Junior Hunter.
Our great and holy King have honored us for turning our lives from the darkness to the light, man. There's no greater gift you can receive than to wake up to the truth and then commit your life to saving your brothers, man. Looking in their eyes and seeing their faces and seeing what they've suffered and what they've gone through and seeing the end of it, man. It is a guaranteed seat in the kingdom of heaven, man. So in the name of our King Yahushua, we dedicate us another Passover of brothers and sisters' lives being saved.
April the 13th, we got the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Shalom.
One West, y'all. I'm Shy Excel, man. And let me tell you something. We different over here. We big steppers. Let's go.
Go get a big stepper. Hard body, One West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas, my niggas. Certified One West hitters, whoa. Go get a big stepper. Hard body, One West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas, my niggas. Certified One West hitters, whoa. Yo, what you say? No, we don't play you out your mind. Watch what you say, that type of shit could get you lined. And if you search, then let me tell you what you'll find. The city is mine. Just a mud who became the pick of the litter. Now my name ring bells when you talk heavy hitters. Nice nigga, but don't make me transform like Thriller. Sam Cooke a nigga beat like I was born by the river. Go get her, you piss her, you get off of the shitter. Can't put you in the spotlight, you niggas are with her. Keep an eye open round for any nigga that slither. Cause it ain't no sunshine here like Bill Withers, whoa. Fuck you know about this life I live. How you gon' talk to me like I ain't lose no rib? Like I ain't lose no crib, ain't lose no kid. Ain't sleep in my car and I ain't lose no gig. Shit, I never gave an order that I ain't did. And I ain't never take a fucking thing that I wouldn't give. Always kept it a bill, homie, I ain't fib. And if I had to go sit, then I just do my bid. Yo, my whole team full of steel beams we can't fold. Your whole circle full of some squares you can't roll. That's why we always take it to levels you can't go. Talk shit, but you can see me with these hands though. If looks to kill like Cyclops, these niggas wanna see me in Pine Box. Know that on my watch, got a better chance to rewind clocks. When you quit, nigga, when time stops, bitch. Go get a big stepper. Hard body, One West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas, my niggas. Certified One West hitters, whoa. Go get a big stepper. Hard body, One West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas, my niggas. Certified One West hitters, whoa.
This flow is award-winning. Torment him, bomb to death, I'm bored with him. Trash him, throw him away with the has-beens. Ice cold with the flow, I'm Alaskan. You was in the fucking jungle in the past tense. I be with the lions, they my friends, Carol Baskins. And like her, they'll never find a body. Tiger Stripe tracksuit, feeling like Joe Exotic. Shit, I don't know what it is, but I know I got it. Feeling like Alonzo, surgical with the shotty. All you see is skull and bones, Illuminati. Probably, I be the illest nigga to do it. I just talk shit on the beat and they call it music. I just come provide you with heat, remain the coolest. You ain't never been in the street with all the shooters. I was sipping yak with rioters and looters. Gotta keep my boots laid, shoot straight. Run up on you with the deuce 8 in a screw face. It's bad out here, my style effortless. 2 hands hugging a Ruger, so affectionate. A lot of suckers don't want war, I'm respecting it. Biggest stepper, snatch your plate, the hood starving. Cause they got beard shoe trades like James Harden. Straight from NY to Philly, we still mobbing.
Go get a big stepper. Hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas, my niggas. Certified one West hitters, whoa. Go get a big stepper. Hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas, my niggas. Certified one West hitters, whoa. 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 Whoa.
Alright. We gonna take it to the new school right now. My man Shaw. South Cat. Holding it down. You know we waiting on y'all. We sit back waiting on them chariots. Hey yo Shaw. Let them know. Come on.
Talking about how much money you got, but in reality, the Lord just got you there to watch you fall. What's gonna save you in the end, boy, if you don't know, comprehend. Choose knowledge over silver and gold. No, we ain't the same, I'm in the UPK. Ordained by the Lord to drop the jewels to poverty. The poverty, it looks so wild when we out on this bitch. And no, we don't play no games, so stay home, little kids. It's like a sword when we say, but it's in the game like EA. Boy, know your lane like freeways, or I have to see like CJ. I got my grind and replay, but I want your life like relay. I'm at they neck, cause I'm up next, nigga. In my chariot, I pick you up from uptown, uptown. Hey, niggas swear they gotta hit, we'll batter up now, up now. But we are not the same. I'm a priest and prophet, okay. Got money, pay your tithes for me. My people starving like some damn puppies. I'm a big dog, use a damn puppet. The lowest nigga in the school can probably show you something. Somebody bring me some wine. Is that my baby? That's Lil' Bae. I call her that cause she whine. I'm in my mood, that's all the way. I should have been named Prime Time. But I'm a prince, so call me Sharp, and I'll be quite fine. Yeah. Chariot and I'm whipping. I'll whip it like a new slave, the rose is different. Whip a devil for fun, cause he looks suspicious. Can't take the heat, we'll get your pussy ass off my list. Remember the days of old, could've booked the vision. I got a penny in my pocket, so I can't afford to skip it. Can't afford to forget it. Affected by it, me and my niggas. Dear Lord, let me get them, okay. In my chariot, I pick you up from uptown, uptown. Hey, niggas swear they gotta hit, we'll batter up now, up now. But we are not the same. I'm a priest and prophet, okay.
You already know we preach the prophets of the Lord. It's only us and nobody else, man. We waiting on them chariots. Scoop up all my niggas.
No, we go to ground.
Let's take it to the concrete real quick. Let's take it back to the bricks.
You know when they come up.
You know what we do. We represent for our niggas, man. Our niggas, let's go.
Already was born ready. I'm more ready. I'm saying this now, making sure that the morgue ready. Yeah. We got some drop-offs, battle formation, I'm waiting for you to pop off. Right after you make your first move, get your rocks off. Next thing, your head to the dirt. We are not soft. I took a loss, but nah, I ain't panicking. I be making moves, you staying still like a mannequin. Think you got the force, but shit, I'm feeling like Anakin. Hit the chick with the lightsaber, might save her. Doing moves tight major with light paper. And H-Town on them blades like an ice skater. Yeah, at that one West Passover. Sit down, take a seat to the class over. Far from sober, but I ain't puffing on Doja. Bartender, bring me tequila. Hold the soda, shit. Hold the ice too, flood it like a typhoon. We can get 6 shooters, 10 paces high noon. We had Player Street, all-star studded like it's all-star weekend with all my brothers. Ain't nobody fucking round with my niggas. niggas. You know who I go to ground with, my niggas. You know when they come around, if they wanna clown, then we gun them down for my niggas. Ain't nobody fucking around with my niggas. You know who I go to ground with, my niggas. You know when they come around, if they wanna clown, then we gun them down for my niggas. Ride for my, die for my niggas. Make sure me and the squad solidified. I'm down to ride, go to war like I did the job. You niggas whores, I'm the bull, plus I been the vibe. You can't feel me, unless you sip 100 proof. I got 100 soldiers with me, that's 200 boots. We get to stomping like a Kappa or a Q. But don't mistake me for no rapper, I'm the Jew. The streets cold, so I throw on the cover. You a bitch, don't get mad at me, get mad at your mother. Put my life on the line like I got me another, yeah, shit. It's like I'm on another level here. You second tier, I'm pulling guns, that's on Metal Gear. It's hell out here, but shit, I die heavenly. AK equipped with the drum, it holds 70. Twin revolvers, bucket you ducks like Yosemite. Yeah, I hear a lot of rappers puffing on their enemies. I don't smoke, but I drink their tears like it's Hennessy. Yeah, nigga, but it is what it is. Ain't no nicotine, but I is with the cig. I just had a dream and I did what I did. And Philly bodies dropping every day where I live. So I don't even wanna hear about rappers. Heavy gut punch, knock the air out rappers. Ain't nobody fucking around with my niggas. You know who I go to ground with, my niggas. You know when they come around, if they wanna clown, then we gun them down for my niggas. Ain't nobody fucking around with my niggas. You know who I go to ground with, my niggas. You know when they come around, if they wanna clown, then we gun them down for my niggas. For my niggas. My niggas, alright. Ride for my, die for my, cry for my niggas.
You know what time it is, y'all. I don't know how many times I gotta tell y'all, man.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the Isupk coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group, period. You know what I'm saying? For obvious reasons, you know what I'm saying? This is the Isupk Milwaukee. I'm Officer 500 Kanaya. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Israel? We are almost here, man. Passover 2025 in ATL. Just let that simmer on your brain a little bit. Passover 56th annual 2025 in ATL. It's gonna be a literal movie, you know what I'm saying? And I want to give a special shout out to every single brother in Hebrew Academy who's going through, you know, Hebrew Academy. You know what I'm saying? It's not for the weak. You know what I'm saying? This is why the one of the slogans for the Isupk is no cowards. No cowards allowed. You know what I'm saying? Hebrew Academy will test you physically, mentally, and spiritually. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to give a shout out to every single brother who stuck it through Hebrew Academy all the way up until Hebrew Academy trials. You know what I'm saying? Because it's definitely, it tries your spirit. You know what I'm saying? It definitely, you know, if some of the brothers out there got ribs, you know, it definitely tests your ribs loyalty, even though she ain't even in Hebrew Academy, but it definitely tests her as well because, you know, maybe, you know, Sundays is all the day to, you know, bump and grind. Not this Sunday. I got Hebrew Academy. So you have to chill out and wait for another day. You know, I already know how that be. But yeah, I just wanted to give a special shout out again to all the brothers participating in Hebrew Academy, and a special shout out to all the instructors, man, because they definitely have to do this. You know what I'm saying? They obviously doing this to see, you know what I'm saying, who's, you know what I'm saying, who will stand for Israel, who will, you know what I'm saying, be that protector for Israel, who will be that, you know what I'm saying, that man with the zeal to go through it. You know what I'm saying? It definitely tries you physically and mentally, spiritually. You know, every week. You know, whether you in a different zone or you have to travel. You know, that's a test all in itself as well. You know, it tests your brotherhood. It tests, you know, how close you are with your brothers. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? It just gets you ready and prepared for the man of war to war by his side, or you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. Definitely gets you prepared. And you know, I just wanted to give a shout out. I wanted to start my class by giving a shout out because you know, I heard many brothers dropped out. You know, many brothers. You know, I don't want to elaborate too much on that, but you know, this is not for the weak. Again, if you in Hebrew Academy, you know, and you lasted this long, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm talking about. And also the graduates, you know, I want to just give a shout out to the graduates as well, the men before us, because without them, we wouldn't be doing the things we're doing. You know, from when I hear Hebrew Academy is elevating year by year by year, they incorporate more dynamic things and more things that we definitely going to need to implement if we was to go into the wilderness again, like we did coming out of Egypt, or you know, just you know, building that brotherhood generation by generation. You know what I'm saying? Today's class, right, is going to be about marriage material. Now, I'm not going to only be speaking about women here. I'm going to be speaking about men as well, because, you know, you definitely got men who are not mature enough. You know, they still stuck in their childish ways, in their high school childish ways, whether it be sleeping with another man's woman, because that's all you hear in the music too, right? That's all you hear in the music is I F your beat, I F your chick. Like, why do we feel the need to brag on that? Why do we feel the need that, you know, men have died or men have been unalive, you know, due to the fornication of you messing with a woman or them messing with your woman? You know, that touches a nerve. And like the Bible say, you know, jealousy is the wrath of a man. You know what I'm saying? A man catch you with his woman in the bed, you know, you don't know what that would do to another man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you come in the Isupk, we gonna teach you, man, how to get your own woman. You know what I'm saying? That sleeping, that whole thing of sleeping with another man's woman, that's the only people that teach that is America. America promotes that. America, you know, promotes sin. So everything that America is cool with is contrary to the Bible. You know, I know you wake up and see that every day. You know what I'm saying? You see, and not so much in Milwaukee, but I know since the Passover going to be in the ATL, and Salakia to the men above me and to the men in ATL, you know, it's almost like you're gonna see a lot of men on men activity or a lot of women on women activity down in America, because that is known not by America. Now I don't want to only say America because the hood, you know what I'm saying, even if you've never been to ATL, you know, ATL right now these days is considered the gay capital. I don't know if you knew that. You know what I'm saying? Just ask around, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully when we go down there and pass over all that, you know, sin, all that men on men violence, I mean, all that men on men nonsense will cease. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to see too much of that. I know brothers gonna want to go sightsee. I know brothers gonna want to go to the mall. You know, that's the thing that we do. We go in different cities, different states. We like to go sightseeing. We like to go to the mall, see what the mall talking about. You know, so we like to hit the nightclubs. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to see, you know, all that men on men activity. That's contrary to the Bible. And you know, America promotes anything that's contrary to the Bible because this is modern day Babylon. You know what what I'm saying? But what I wanted to start my class off on is, you know, men not being of marriage material. Now I'm gonna elaborate on this. You know what I'm saying? Men not being men of the Lord, but men being men of America. Now I'm gonna break those two down real quick. Men of America, you know, they gonna men of America, you know, they got the dreads, you know what I'm saying? They got the sagging pants, you know what I'm saying? They got the mentality of a child. They got the mentality of, I'm sleep with this woman, then, you know, it was just a one night stand, so I'm gonna move on to the next woman. And then, you know, they got that mentality, knowing that it's diseases out here, sexually transmitted diseases, but they don't care. They live for the thrills. You know what I'm saying? That's not marriage material as a man. You know what I'm saying? Marriage material as a man is being a man of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And being around men of the Lord. How can you say that you a stand-up man when you don't live by the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord? You know what I'm saying? You in now, and again, I don't want to mention the conscious community because that's been destroyed years ago. You don't really hear anything about any conscious community, anything nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Because their leaders have been taken down. You know, and again, I don't know if I can mention these people, but I'm just gonna not mention these people because some of them in jail, some of them getting paid, some of them wearing one braid off their head bald. You know what I'm saying? BS. You can tell these are not men of the Lord. These will be the men. Now, these will be the men who complained on going back to Egypt when Moses, you know, led us out of that captivity. These will be the men. Now, you would think only women complained about these, complained about leaving Egypt, having a set schedule of slavery. You know what I'm saying? But the men also was complaining also. And these will be those type of men. You know what I'm saying? The men who promote a wasteland such as Egypt. If you just Google Egypt, you know what I'm saying? Google the place of Egypt and then put images. If that don't look like a way, it's just a place full of sand. I know they got little cities and little, you know, things of that nature, but believe it or not, Egypt was a place full of green grass, green trees, you know what I'm saying, thriving of nature. The Lord destroyed that place. He destroyed the Roman army. He destroyed the Egyptian army. You know what I'm saying? But men who wanted to be a part of Egypt, you know what I'm saying? Once upon a time, you know, they don't see men on men as a sin. They don't see women on women as a sin. You know what I'm saying? And that's contrary to the Bible. You know what I mean? And I probably have a slight habit of keep saying, you know what I'm saying, but and shout out to Capital Bar, you know what I'm saying. But look, I said it again. But shout out to Capital Bar, you understand? And he the one that tries to instill in me, you know, it's many other words to say other than you know what I'm saying, or you understand, or you know, I was just about to say it again, you know. But back to the matter at hand, these type of men who can't protect, like if you would look, I don't know how many of y'all watch debates or watch between the Isupk and many other people. We've debated any type of person you can name. The Jewish man, pastors, Kemet. It was one dude claiming that the black woman is God. I don't even know his name. Him, Brother Polite. The list goes on, and time again, we came out victorious. Why? Because the Isupk breeds men who protect women. You know, and these men are just caterers to women. They will definitely tell the woman that she's God. to get in her pants some kind of way, to break her defenses down later on to have sexual intercourse with her, then throw her away. The Bible teaches, man, once you have sex with a woman, that's your wife. And what is a wife? You know, that's something you can Google as well. What is a wife? What is a husband? You know, sometimes, you know, Google ain't all the way truthful, but on some things, Google is truthful. But the thing is, you want to be, if you are considering yourself a righteous man or a man fit to lead, you will want to follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible, because that should govern you and your household. You know what I'm saying? If you just living like bad girls club, bad boys club, baddies, women fighting every day, men just sleeping with whores, you know what I'm saying? Men just sleeping with any and everything that they can and throwing them away. How can you consider yourself a husband or a protector of women? You know, most of you men out there have daughters as well. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't you want your daughter to be with a man of the Lord, a man that follows the law, statutes, and commandments, a man that understands it's certain things you can and can't do, a man that understands that it's a certain way I have to lead, a man that understands that I can't just be sleeping with any and everybody, any and every woman I see. You know, once you want your daughters to be with a man like that, or would you want her, on the contrary, being on one of these TV shows called Baddies, fighting one of her sisters and claiming to be a bad, Salaki to the men above me, and claiming to be a bad bitch? Would you want her to be a righteous woman or a bad bitch? Or would you want her to be with a righteous husband, a man of the Lord, or a dope boy, a gang member who could be shot at any time because he got rival gang members? He could be unalive coming up out of his neighborhood, coming out of the corner store, doing simple tasks. You know, because there ain't no rules in the gang culture anymore. All the OGs got locked up. The ones, you know, who had rules to this thing. And that's the thing too. These modern day men and women, they don't want to follow any type of rules. They want to live lawless. But if you look at any and everything you do, it's rules to every single thing you do, whether it be following the simplest thing, like following the red, yellow, and green stoplight, having a slave. Your boss say you can do this and you cannot, and if you get caught doing this, you will be fired. The government saying you have to pay if you have a slave, you have to pay a certain amount of taxes or you're going to jail. Right? You can't just go willy-nilly working and getting all the money. You got to pay taxes. Even deeper into that, child support. If a man do not pay child support, this is the rules. So for someone to say that they don't like to follow rules, or they call what we in the Isupk is a religion because we follow the rules, you have to get away from that type of people, man. Because eventually they gonna talk your ear into saying, yeah, why am I following these rules? I should be living like y'all. Because sinners make sin look fun and amazing. You know what I'm saying? Salaki, I may have deviated from what I was talking about before, but this is the foundation of a non-righteous husband, a man who does not want to follow rules, a man who does not think that the law, statutes, and commandments would apply to him, a man who thinks that this Bible is outdated. You know what I'm saying? A man who would think, man, I could just, what they always say, well, the Lord put this here for me and you to smoke. A man who think that, a man who think, you know, and I might be, you know, oh, look, I don't care. I'm throwing shots at the pastors today. Men who think they could just pray on it on Sunday and then do the same thing on Monday. You just prayed and repented for something that you're going to continuously do. That's not repenting. That's not being the man of the Lord. That's not being a righteous husband, a righteous leader. That's being a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? And that's nothing but the Christian church teach you about that. Go in your local, this is just an experiment. Go in your local church, and they got millions of them. Go in your local church, and you could just look and just chill in there for one Sunday. See what they're talking about. See the things that they do. It's nothing but hypocritical things going on in there because you got homosexuals, lesbians in the choir around these holidays, pagan holidays. They eating ham, pork chops, which is crazy work. If you think that the Lord is with the Christian church, then you're a fool. And what the Bible says about fools, fools hate knowledge. Fools make a mock at sin. Oh, it ain't no big deal. All I got to do is pray over this and it should be good. That's not nobody that's fit to lead, fit to be a husband. Any man that condones women having OnlyFans, you know what I'm saying, being prostitutes, prostituting their daughter, the only dance they know is twerking. Like any man that condones that is not a righteous man fit to lead anybody. He's a sexual deviant. And you ladies out there, don't think I forgot about y'all. I'm coming around. You know what I'm saying? But I have to show men and women being unfit. Are you really marriage material? And this goes for both men and women. You know what I'm saying? Because ironically, the Lord makes the men who did the women the most diabolical way. He makes them have daughters, right? and things that they've done come right around, and now it's a problem in their household now. You know, but as soon as you repent, as soon as you know, come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, then maybe you can be saved, you and your daughters, right? It starts with you, though, as a man. You have to be man enough to put your pride aside, man enough to leave your friends who's not trying to change their life, who comfortable with sin, who comfortable with America and the rules of America. I mean, not the rules of America, the ways of America. You know what I'm saying? Who comfortable with going to the clubs every week. Man, how long y'all gonna be in these clubs? Y'all been going to the clubs 20, 30 years together, doing the same thing. Hitting this woman, leaving her, hitting this woman, leaving her, hitting this woman, leaving her. Staying with her 2-3 months, then leaving. Like, that's not nothing to be proud of, man. Having sex with another man's wife is nothing to be proud of. But you know who promotes that lifestyle? America. That's all you hear in the music. If you was into music like that, you know, gangster rap, dope boy raps. I took your woman. I had sex with your woman. I effed your girl. And they knowing that they could be possibly unalive for these actions, but they don't care. America is so comfortable with sin, they really don't care. Let me get what's that thing? Psalms. The book of Psalms, chapter 119. And verse 59. The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 59. Because as a man, you know, one day you're going to get tired of living this same old corrupted lifestyle. You're going to be up for a minute, but then things are going to start to crumble. And you're going to be wondering, well, why is this? I didn't do nothing but gangbang for 25, 30, 40 years. I didn't do nothing but sell drugs for 40, 45 years. I don't do anything but sell poison to the community. Right? You got that? The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 59. All right, hold that 1 second. You know, a man that sells drugs to his own people is not marriage material, is not husband material. He is not fit to be a role model to anybody in the community. A man that sells drugs out of his own house when the kids is there is definitely not fit to run to be a protector of anybody. You putting your family at risk. A man who sells drugs, period, is putting his family at risk. How? How is he putting his family at risk? Somebody can come and rob him, take whatever he got. You know, being in the streets, I ain't no punk, I ain't giving it up. Possibly get shot, unalive, risking life 2 ways. He risking life as life and death, and he risking life as going to jail for multiple years. That is not a man of marriage material. That is not a man fit to rule over anyone. A man fit to rule over someone is a man in the Isupk. A man fit, you know what I'm saying, to be a leader is a man in the Isupk. Why? Because we know that selling drugs and doing drugs is absolutely a no-go. We absolutely know that being homosexual, being a lesbian is a no-go. We absolutely know the ways to protect our children in here. We absolutely know the things that we have to do to become men in here. Right? You got that for me? Read that, please, if you could.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 59. I thought on my ways.
Say that again.
I thought on my ways.
Say that one more time.
I thought on my ways.
Real men sit back and they think about all their actions, everything that they've done, whether it be good or bad. We have that split second time to think, man, what have I done in the eyes of the Lord? What have I done to please the Lord? What have I done to make the Lord disgusted with me? We think about it. We think about all of that. We have a split, just a few minutes, because then we got to get back, right? So read that again and then keep going.
I thought on my ways.
I thought on my ways. Go ahead.
And turned my feet unto thy testimonies.
And turn thy feet into thy testimonies. Man, I've done so much wrong in the world. I'm going to start doing right. I'm going to start following the law, statutes, and commandments. Maybe I'll find a righteous woman as well. If I can just, put these drugs down, you know what I'm saying? Leave a connection. Everybody got a connection. If I could just be a positive role model, because we all raising the next generation. We gonna get old one day, older than what we are. When I say we gonna get old, I mean 50, 60, 70s. You know, it's up to us to teach the next generation the right path to go down. Because if they choose the wrong path, and if the only reason we, you know, as older people before the UPK, the only reason we went down the wrong path because we didn't have nobody to tell us this is the way you go. This is what you can and cannot do. These are the things that get you seen as righteous in the Lord's eyes. We didn't have nobody to do that. That's why we teaching the new youth, this is what you can do, this is what you can't do. This is what's going to get you seen as righteous in the Lord's eyes. And this is what's going to this is going to have you looking like an abomination in the Lord's eyes. The right and wrong path. According to the Bible, of course. Because modern day Babylon, which is America, is going to teach you that absolute wrong way to go. The Bible say, I thought on my ways. Man, I got kids out here now. I can't be doing the same things that I was doing. You know what I'm saying? It puts my life in danger and it puts my family's life in danger. That's a righteous man. A man who thinks on his ways. A man who said, man, I've been doing the same thing for years. And ain't nothing changed, but the community is getting worse and worse and worse. The man gonna say, man, I'm gonna throw all these drugs out. I'm gonna quit smoking cigarettes, weed, whatever I was smoking cold turkey, and turn my feet unto the Lord. I wasn't living like that for the past 20, 25 years. Now I'm gonna try a new way. That's a righteous man. That's marriage material, ladies. You want a nice man in the UPK who fears the Lord, who follows the law, statutes, and commandments. You don't want no drug dealer because he's gonna put your family at risk. You don't want no man who's looking to have sex with any and everything and just throw him away just because he can. He gonna wind up bringing you back something, whether it be some kind of disease or whatever the case. You know, sometimes them women don't even want to let the men go. He gonna bring some drama to your house, the kind that you don't want. You know, they got men like that in the world who would like to see women fight over them. That's not a righteous man. That's a childish boy who's not a man at all. If you was a man, you would be setting an example for the next generation. If you was a man, you would be setting the righteous example. It's okay to tell the stories of what you did and what you know, but how are you living? Are you living according to the law, statutes, and commandments? Or are you living according to America? America say, man, you shoot that nigga right there. Niggas killing niggas. Niggas in gangs, getting indicted, going to jail for 15, 20 years. You ain't gonna see these people until 2040, 2045. In a couple of my past classes, I spoke about men going to jail in the year 99, in the year 2000, 2001. They just now getting out. Men who've done 20 years, 22 years, 20 plus years, they just now getting out. Just imagine the year 1999, the year 2000. Everybody didn't have a cell phone at that time. It was no touch screens, no flat screens at that time. We still had TVs with the big backs, still had flip phones and big phones, you know what I'm saying? So imagine a man going to jail for 20 plus years in 2025. Imagine the new technology that's going to be out in 2040, 2045, 2050. If we make it that far, if the Lord don't come back and, destroy this place, I pray he do before then. You know why I pray he do before then? Because the so-called white man is getting more and more diabolical by the year, by the election. Every type of different president getting in office is something more diabolical. But if you know what I'm saying, still out there in 2025, man, risking your life, risking your family's life, risking your family's well-being by being in a gang, selling drugs, sleeping with any and everybody's woman, that's putting your life in danger as well. Because everybody, most men don't play about their woman. Most men. That can get you in a sticky situation. No pun intended, it's a lot. That can get you in a situation you don't want to be in. Read that one more time. We're gonna go on. We're gonna go on after you read that one more time. It's a lot.
I thought on my ways and turned my feet unto thy testimonies. Verse 60, I made haste and delayed not to keep thy commandments.
Say that one more time. That's the most powerful. That's the most powerful thing you have to take away from this right here. Read verse 60 again.
I made haste and delayed not to keep thy commandments.
As a man of the Lord, man, as a man who wants to lead, as a man who wants to have a family, as a man who wants to protect his family, you have to make haste in following the law, statutes, and commandments, man. You have to change your diet, change the things you do. If it's you, men often know what they're doing is wrong. Men often know the actions that they're committing are wrong. The things that they participate in is wrong. Men know that. And what verse 60 say?
I made haste and delayed not to keep thy commandments.
Make haste and delay not into keeping thy commandments, man. Only good can come out of that. What's wrong with following the law, statutes, and commandments? Nothing is wrong with following the law, statutes, and commandments. Only good can come out of it. Your son, your daughter, they don't see, oh, this is a righteous, they gonna be thanking the Lord that they have a righteous father, a righteous stepfather. You know what I'm saying? A righteous man in their life. Not nobody who's poisoning the community. Not nobody who's sleeping with whores and throwing them away. Drop that and let me get 1 Samuel, the book of 1 Samuel 2 and 3. Psalm said, man, make haste into following the Lord's statutes and commandments, man. You got to hurry up and do this, man, especially if you one of them dudes out there who's selling whatever you're selling and poisoning the community, affecting the community in a negative way. Don't you see how our people look out here? We and the Bible says this as well, we are still yet in our captivity. We homeless on the side of homeless on the side of freeways, street corners, begging for change. That's nothing to be proud of, man. That's something to be sad about, man. Because America treats us like that. America always had its foot on our neck. In every way. Financially, spiritually, visually, emotionally, figuratively, you know. It seemed like America has how do I say? a subtle way about being racist these days. I mean, about being racist these days. They say racism is not alive, but you still got sundown towns. You still got areas where if you just walk in recording yourself, the police will get called on you. If you driving while black, which is often the case, you just driving while black, you get stopped, searched, embarrassed in front of everybody. Why? Because you are the Lord's chosen people, man. And the so-called white man, he don't like that. It's your job to come out of America and realize the tricks and the shade that America is throwing up on your face every day. With any and every trick that they can, whether it be entertainment, social media, internet, they're getting you farther and farther away from being able to start a fire from scratch, or being able to build something with your hands, or being able to, you know what I'm saying, just live in nature. Once they get you on entertainment and you just watching TV all day or watching anything all day, and you would think building a fire is too much things to do, too much to do. When eventually this place is gonna be erased. Do y'all get that by now? Eventually this place is not gonna be what you thought what it once was. Salaki. The book of 1 Samuel, you got it? All right, read that if you could, nice and loud.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Talk no more, so exceeding. Talk no more, so exceeding proud.
Stop right there. Talk no more exceeding. Say that again.
Talk no more, so exceeding proudly.
So exceeding proudly, what does that mean? Got any idea? You know how people brag, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm this. I'll run this so-called street. You know what I'm saying? I'm a 5-star gangster. I'm just the top of the GDs. I'm the head of the Vice Lords, the head of the Crips, the head of the Bloods, right? But keep going.
Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth.
Stop right there. Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth. Don't be so arrogant. You know what I'm saying? Don't be quick to highlight your negative things, right? Don't be so quick to say, man, I got 16 bodies. I didn't unalive 10 people for playing with my respect. You know how gang members do. I doubt my respect, right? Keep going.
For the Lord is a God of knowledge.
The Lord knows. The Lord knows exactly what you mean when you say those words. The Lord knows exactly what you're talking about when you talk exceeding proudly. You know, when you speak with arrogance, the Lord knows exactly what you mean. Keep going.
And by him, actions are weighed.
And what?
And by him, actions are weighed.
And by what?
And by him, actions are weighed.
Actions are weighed. So if you've done so much negative in your life and you brag on it, man, I'd have caught 10, 15 bodies, man. The niggas know not to play with me. They know what I do. I'd kidnapped so many people. This is the prime example of this. And I hate that it's one of our people, but AR Ab. If any one of y'all out there know about AR Ab, this is a man who talked exceeding proudly with arrogance. He said, man, I'd have kidnapped people. I extorted people. I'd have sold this drug, that drug on the street corner. Where is he now? This man is in jail serving, I believe, maybe a 3-time consecutive life term just on the things that he said. This man done admitted to so much that he spoke with such arrogance. And the Lord came down with a judgment because if he wasn't being truthful with it, he had to be being truthful with it. Because the Lord came down, the actions was weighed. So he must have put it in action. The Lord came down with a judgment for him to be sentenced to a life sentence. I believe it was like for 25 years or something like that. What you got? AR.
It says AR, whose real name is Abdul West, was arrested and charged with crimes related to cat crack and cocaine. He intentionally faced a potential sentence up to 3 years, but his sentence was reduced to 18 months after participating in a boot camp program.
You sure that's the right one?
Sir?
AR, Fat Boy. That's right. No, that's not the right one. Hold on. I can't see that. He is a rapper, though. My point is, yeah, see, it can't be the right one because I got AR Ab, also known as West, was sentenced to 45 years in prison on April 15th, 2021 for drug trafficking. You got something else?
It said that his real name was Abdul.
Yeah, Abdul West. But he got sentenced, though, to 45 years. Now, let that simmer. And he said all of these things on open interviews. And the Lord said, the Lord, in 1 Samuel 2:3 said, actions are weighed. He must have really did what he was talking about. And he got the judgment of 45 years. Is that a man fit for marriage material, ladies? Is that a man that you would want your son to look up to? Drug trafficking. And if you just take some time out of your day and YouTube AR, he confessed to so many crimes on YouTube. It's not even funny. Is that the type of man you want to raise your son to look up to? These are the questions you have to ask yourself, man. Because what we say in the UPK, get you a husband in the UPK. We're not gonna put drugs in your neighborhood. We're not gonna prostitute thy daughters. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna sleep with whores. We're not gonna promote. We not with none of that ratchet business, right? Read 1 Samuel, the end of 1 Samuel again. When it says by him.
And by him, actions are weighed. Verse 4.
No, stay right there. Say it one more time.
And by him, actions are weighed.
By him, actions are weighed. So if you not in the ISUPK, man, if you not following the law, statutes, and commandments, man, your negative actions, angels is right. You can't see them, but they recording all of it. They recording all your negative actions and giving a report to the Lord. And the Lord saying, you know, he's sitting back rubbing his chin. Should I do it to him today? You know, because it say the Lord is a man of war. The Lord contemplating, should he do something for your negativity? Should he? Because your actions are weighed. If you're not putting in the righteous actions to to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, to be a better leader in your community other than destroying it, especially your brothers and sisters. If you're not putting that foot forward to do that, then the Lord is sitting back and weighing your negative actions against your positive actions, right? And let me say this too, just because you gave out turkeys and shit, just because you gave out turkeys and shit, Thanksgiving, don't make that a righteous action. Just because you gave out presents for Christmas, don't make that a righteous action. You have to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. That's the righteous action that you have to do. That's it. Also, follow the high holy days, not the holidays. We've been through this. The difference between holidays and high holy days. We've been through this time and time again. At the end of the day, ladies, and I'm talking to the ladies now, and I'm about to start talking to the fellas. But ladies, at the end of the day, man, you want a God-fearing man. You want a man who follows the law, statutes, and commandments. A man, you know what I'm saying, who has who judges righteous judgment. You don't want no drug dealer in the community. Because eventually somebody gonna be hating, or somebody gonna want what he got. Mess around, rob the crib, got you and your kids tied up somewhere. You don't want that. That's putting kids in danger. You don't want a man who's sleeping with any and every woman, because that's also putting your kids in danger. You never know who he done slept with. Next thing you know, a woman is coming at your front door to fight you over this man. Or even a man coming to fight him because he done slept with someone's woman. Putting your crib, your whole thing in danger. Is that marriage material that you want? It's not, but you know what? America says, hey man, get these dope boys. America says you want a drug dealer in your house. America says, man, promotes that men sleeping with any and everything, right? Is that marriage material? Is that a man who you want to be a role model? How long y'all gonna be with the gang banging and all of that, fighting over colors? How long y'all gonna be fighting over red and blue? Whether it's Vice Lord and GD, Crip, Blood, BDs, I don't know too many Mexican gangs, but they out there too. They flags be yellow and green, if I'm not mistaken. How long is my brothers gonna fight each other over blocks we don't even own? Innocent people getting unalived for these gang wars. Are these the type of men that is marriage material? The only men that I see as marriage material, ladies, is in the Isupk. These men, know how to defend, know how to provide, and know how to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Those are the three things you want in the man, in that order. They know how to fight and provide, follow the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? And in the Isupk. Other than that, hey, behind closed doors, you never know what that man go into. You know what I'm saying? He can be with, I don't even want to get into it because it's like beating a dead horse, right? Well, I'm going to say it anyway. He could be getting something shoved up his backside. You don't want that. You want a man who's a manly man, who protects you. You know what I'm saying? Who's only terrified to you. You're not terrified of him. He's terrified of you. Those are the righteous men you want to be with. all you gotta do, man, when it comes to courting, right, is ask yourself, you know, is this man worthy of? Is this man marriage material? You know, should I go all the way with this man? And Isupk, it won't even be a question. It's gonna be answered like that. But outside of here, you're gonna find yourself questioning yourself about that all times. Is this man a man I should bring around my kids? Is this a man that I should bring to my family and introduce? You gotta make that decision, man. Because if first of all, if the man ain't a man of the Lord, you really don't want him. If he just out here freelancing, if he just out here living how he lives by no rules or whatever, you never know when he gonna be gone off this earth or out of your presence when it comes to prison or jail time. You might as well roll the dice. All right? Salaki. Read that one more time, then we're going to move on if you could. Salaki.
Come. No verse, sir? No verse, sir?
Just 60. Yeah, 60. Read 60. The whole verse. I mean, hold on. Yeah, it's 3. Salaki. I thought we were still on song. But yeah, just read 3 again.
Come. Verse 3. Talk no more, so exceeding proudly. Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth.
And that's the thing that the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians got. Arrogance. We so arrogant, we boast when we just totally in the wrong. Man, I sold 3 keys in the last 3 months. Man, I hit 15 women in the past 2 weeks. We so quick to brag on the sin that we do. That's arrogance. Keep going.
For the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed.
Man, you don't want to be having that type of arrogance when the Lord come back. If the Lord even grace you with a chance to explain yourself, you're going to say, but Lord, I did 16 women off with your head. You don't want to hear that. You want to hear that you was following the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Certain things you can and can't do. And it's like that in America anyway. So if you don't want to live by what the Lord say, but you want to live by what America says, then you doomed anyway. You hear that? Is there people fighting out there? No? All right, so look. Sound like somebody getting into it. So, right? If you man, if you again, the Bible also says, you know, be not hasty to anger. You don't want to be so quick to anger that you throw your life away within 5 seconds. A 5-minute decision could cost you your whole life. Does that make sense? A 5-minute decision can cost you your whole life. You can be quick to anger real quick and do something you regret doing. You're going to be in the cell thinking, man, I should never did that. I should have never, I should have been calm. You know what I'm saying? A wise man is calm. He thinks about the decisions that he is about to make. Because at the end of the day, it could cost you your life. Prison sentences. Or a penalty of death. You know, it could cost you your life. You have to make that decision as a wise man. Be a wise man. You don't want to be a dumbfounded, just a man who, like I said, living lawless. You know, we see them all the time. Men living lawless. They doing drugs while speeding. Don't you know that they passed a law If the police pull you over and they smell weed, they get to search the car. Or I know you've seen on these new billboards, if you under the influence, the police can take you into custody just for being under the influence of weed. That's a bill that they passed. But to tell you how messed up America is, in certain cities, they got dispensaries. So you would think that these dispensaries wouldn't be no dispensaries, because a law has been, or it's either a law or a bill has been passed that if you're under the influence while driving, that's under the influence of weed. If you're under the influence of weed while driving, you can spend some nights in the county jail. But the dispensaries is all downtown and all out the way, to where you have to go down there. Y'all better, man. The best thing I can tell y'all to do, man, is stop smoking. Let's move on, man, because it's like the Bible, man. We can only reiterate these things so many times before the Lord himself say, man, these he gonna say literally, these niggas ain't listening. These niggas ain't listening, man. He gonna have to come back with the sword and show y'all that it's real out here. Salakia. Drop that. And if you could get Proverbs. Wait, hold on. Not Proverbs. I had it saved it before. Let me get that real quick. Proverbs, Salakia, chapter 31. Now, ladies, we finna get on y'all now. The only reason I'm finna get on y'all because I love y'all. The only reason I got on the fellas is I love my brothers, man. I got to show y'all what y'all doing wrong out here. You know what I'm saying? And make that correction. It's up to you to listen to that correction. And then it's up to you to be stubborn, man. Forget what them Israelites say. You know, I'm going to live my life like this. Not realizing we are trying to warn you about the Lord's wrath. You do not want to be on the wrong side of the Lord's wrath. Trust me. You never know. You got it?
What verse?
31 and 10, I believe. 31 and 10. Well, hold on 1 second. Yeah, 31 and 10. But hold that. You do not want to be on the Lord's wrath. I mean, on the wrong side of the Lord's wrath. Because the Lord, it ain't no telling how he gonna carry out his wrath. It could be spiritually, it could be mentally, you can be in your head, having mental breakdowns. You know what I'm saying? Wake up on the wrong side of the bed every day. Torment. You know what I'm saying? Or it could just be, physically, your leg hurt for 2 weeks straight. Your arm is messed up for 2 weeks straight. Some kind of way. You never know how the Lord is going to carry out his wrath. So what we'd rather be is on the Lord's good side. I pray that you want to be on the Lord's good side as well. Because no man knows a wrath like the Lord's. Read that one time. We finna switch it over from the men, you know what I'm saying, to the women. You know, I gotta let my sisters know, you know, a little bit, because, you know, who gonna correct y'all if we don't? Y'all, who gonna correct y'all if we don't? If men of the Lord don't correct y'all, who gonna correct y'all? Nobody, because the world the world sends kudos to women twerking on headlights, women being in strip clubs, women being half naked, calling it sexual liberation. I mean, so like women sleeping with multiple men, calling it sexual liberation. Women being half naked on beaches in front of children seeing your children seeing your nakedness, and you think it ain't nothing wrong with it. Read that if you could. And keep in mind, hold on, Slocky, before you read, keep in mind the topic of this class is marriage material. Marriage material. What type of man do you want to be? What type of man do you want? I mean, what type of man is marriage material? What type of woman is marriage material? Keep that in mind. Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 10. Who can find a victorious woman?
Virtuous.
Like, who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies.
Read that one more time, and then we're going to get the definition of virtuous. Because boy, if you look at, and I got that boy from Officer of 1,000, Rapayala, right? If you look at the women today, it's like one, and I'm probably pushing it, right? It's probably one out of every, it's probably about 10 out of 50 women, out of 50, who are virtuous. And I'm going to explain why. Read that again. I'm going to get the definition of virtuous.
Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies.
Her price is far above rubies. Now, if I'm not mistaken, rubies are the most, is it the most, I don't want to say the most priciest. I think it's the most precious stone on earth, rubies. But it also says who can find a virtuous woman. Now, judging by the internet, by just the women I see in general, right? When me and my rib out, the women I see in general, the clothes that they wear. So just how they're acting, right? The TV shows, internet, all these 20v1s, how these women is dressed. These are not virtuous women. You know who the virtuous woman is? You know who the virtuous woman? The virtuous woman is the woman who is covered up. Now that may seem like a shock to y'all. We out at a club somewhere, bar. You know, you always gonna see that women with that group of friends. The one who the most covered up is most likely the most virtuous woman out of all of them. But she making herself hard to see because she's with a bunch of women who's dressed half naked. So naturally, what's the saying? Birds of a feather flock together, right? We gonna think they all. It's like it to the man above me. We gonna think they all hoes. We gonna think they all, you know what I'm saying, Jezebels or whatever the case may be, because they, right? But a virtuous woman catch your eye in a different way. If that makes sense, right? Got to get the definition of virtuous. Let me get that fixed. A virtuous woman gonna catch your eye in a different way. It may be her intellect. You got it? Read the definition of virtuous.
Definition of virtuous: behavior showing high moral standards.
You gotta see, these are the things you have to bring back. They gotta hear that again. What did it say?
Behavior or showing high moral standards.
And what does the female rap promote today? Twerking on headlights. You know these ain't virtuous women. And you know why America promotes these women. They want your daughters to be just like these women. They don't want no virtuous women to come out of the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community. They want your daughters and nieces to be just like this. Your little sisters. They want them to be just like this. And it's kind of working. Because how is it working? You got offsprings of shows, baddies. What's the plot of baddies? What do? They don't do nothing but fight and drink and fight, dress in whorish clothes and fight. Wigs get pulled off. Couple shows later, they going out. Couple shows later, somebody getting a BBL. Couple shows later, is a bunch of gossiping. They want your daughters to look up to that and be intrigued by that. So when you come and condemn that type of behavior, they look at you like you outdated. They look at you like you saying something wrong. When in this house, we ain't raising no whores, no Jezebels, none of that. We raising righteous young women. You can't be influenced by that. You can't be sitting in the room watching that with your daughter, your niece, even your son. You can't be in the room watching none of that with none of these, with none of them, all the above that I just said. Because children are impressionable. Some of these women is already gone. They've been gone for 10 years. They unreachable in here because they think the way that they've been living is so righteous, not even knowing that what they're going through is the Lord's wrath in a different type of way. All they got to do is cover their behind. Read that again. All they got to do is have morals and standards. So having a half-naked behind on the street for everybody to see. What's exclusive for your husband? What the actual part of it? You showing everything around it, but the actual part of it. So let me guess, that's what's exclusive for your husband? That's not virtuous. That's whorish, Jezebel-like. Read that again, man. This is ridiculous, man, because every time because sometimes me and my real, we go to elegant places, you know what I'm saying? But most of the time when me and my real just trying to go out somewhere, have a drink somewhere, guaranteed we gonna see some woman half naked out here in these streets. Guaranteed. It's not no ifs, ands, or buts. No, we might see some butts, literally. They got on see-through apparel, man. And they think it's cool. That's not a virtuous woman. That's not a woman of morals or standards. That's a woman being influenced by baddies. That's not marriage material. Because again, what's exclusive for your husband to see? The actual hole, the actual nipple, slocking to the men above me, the actual crack, showing everything but the crack. Like, what's exclusive for your husband? That's not marriage material. That's women deserving of a stoning. The reason they dress like that, the reason why they live like that is because they don't believe in the Lord. They don't have a man to teach them of the Lord. They didn't watch one of General Muhammad's classes. Oh, he get right on them women. Trust me. Sometimes I be reluctant to teach these classes and talk about my sisters like this, but it gotta be done, because if we don't correct y'all, who's gonna correct y'all? You damn near in America, according to America, you damn near can't correct a black Hispanic or Native Indian woman. Or they got words for you now. What you being sassy? You being zesty. I'm being zesty for telling you to cover up. It's sassy for telling you to shut your mouth. You talk too much. You too loud in here. That's zesty. Like, it's crazy work. Salakia for keep cutting you off and read that, but I just have to read that again. Virtue is Salakia. The definition.
Having or showing a high moral standard.
That's it. Now, virtuous means having or showing high moral standards, man. That includes if you say you somewhat of a virtuous woman, you cover yourself up. You know what I'm saying? But that includes if another woman, say your family, your auntie, your sister, your ratchet granny, come and say, "Girl, what you covered up for? You got to show a little skin." Those are the ones you want to stay away from, because they don't have no morals. They don't have no standards. They want you to be as ratchet as them. They want you as far away from the Lord as them. Because if you not like that, I don't want to say if you're not like that, if you're not dressed like them, if you're not showing as much skin as them, they're going to look at you like you think you better than them. And that's absolutely the case. You are better than them. That's the thing that you got something? Oh, go ahead. That's the thing that I want to condone women and I was born in the 90s, but in the 90s, most of them, you know what I'm saying, they covered their body up. I don't know what's with this new generation who think showing more skin is sexy. It might get you a man for that night. But is it going to get you a man of marriage material? Is it going to get you a righteous man of the Lord? Everybody already seen your legs. You got a skirt on all the way up to here. They seen it all except the actual part. So what's exclusive? Where is your morals at? And I'm not saying all the women do this, but I will say some women keep other women single as well. Just because they ain't getting no play, they don't want you to get no play. Oh, trust me, we see it all the time. Just because a man ain't looking at them, they don't, and you covered up, it's a complex with them. They showing more skin. You more covered up, but you getting all the men trying to holler at you. They just can't figure it out. Maybe you should cover your ass up. Maybe you should be sexy in a different way. You could be sexy intellectually. Like I said, what's left to the imagination? Everybody already seen this. Right? And with social media, it ain't no telling how many men in your DM direct messages. Ain't no telling. A woman of standards and morals, a virtuous woman, she's going to be sexy in a different way. And it catches the eye of a priest. Priests can see that. Oh, she is different. Oh, and what we say is it hit different. She hit different. She's different. Out of all her, like you always get that though. A group of women, 4 or 5, you know, it's always that one woman that's more covered up than everybody else. Maybe 2, maybe. It depends on, you know, where y'all from. So but you know, you gonna get that one woman that's like, man, she is different. She's woo-wee. And she ain't even showing much. That's a virtuous woman. That's marriage material. Like what as far as women these days in the industry, famous women, whatever the case, right? What do you have to look up to as far as a woman? What do women have to look up to as far as being the virtuous, the standard? You don't really have much. All the women of old, they of older. So these young women is showing more skin, talking more masculine. Like, and that's the thing too. That's a whole nother class. You can teach a class on how masculine women is. And not only that, how feminine the men are. These are two separate classes you can teach. But that's something that you got to throw out there too, though. Right? Sometimes, you know, being sexy as a woman is just being quiet. You don't have to be so combative. You don't have to be so argumentative. You don't have to have an opinion on everything. Read that one more time. The Bible part.
Verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman?
Mm-hmm.
For her price is far above rubies.
Far above rubies. Oh, that's another thing I want to look up. Rubies. the value of rubies. You got it?
I looked up and it said that the highest price of rubies was $34.3 million.
34.3 million. And the Bible said a virtuous woman, her price is far above ruby. When they say far, that's a long way. And he said the value of rubies is like 34 point, or point, is it 0.34 or 34 point something? 34 million. Far above that though. And they be saying diamonds are girls' best friend. No, rubies need to be in your mind. You need to be thinking of yourself as a ruby. If you showing skin, she's showing skin, what's different about y'all? What's different about this group of women? All y'all showing skin. What's different? You're not showing me no. When I see those type of things, you know, it's sexy for the moment. It's sexy, yeah, it look good a little bit, but it means you don't have no morals or no standards. Because what's exclusive for the husband that you're looking for? Or are you even looking for a husband? What's exclusive? Because everybody done seen your legs, everybody done seen almost all your breasts, your stomach out, your back out. Everybody done seen everything. And you know, some of the men out there is who are we? Right? You're supposed to leave. That's why I praise the women in the 90s so much, because they left a lot to imagination. Every dance that they did was not a twerk. It had morals and standards, man. Virtuous. But this is what, and I bring all of that around to say this is why America has to be destroyed. Because America will teach you, yeah, go ahead, man. Women wear them see-through things. We're gonna promote you on World Star. We're gonna promote you on Instagram. We're gonna show everybody, that you know how to twerk. We're gonna show everybody that you got on this see-through bathing suit. let alone they behind closed doors laughing. Like this lady don't even know that she devaluing herself. She don't even know. Drop that, man. Give me Proverbs. Is it 3? Proverbs chapter. So lock in 1 second. Got it here. We're gonna start with this. Proverbs chapter 1. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 22. But this is crazy work what's going on out here and what's being done to our sisters, man. They being tricked into showing as much skin as they can. They're being tricked into being as ratchet as they can. They're being tricked into wearing as much weave as they can. You know what I'm saying? Being as loud as they can, drinking as much as they can, being plastered on the TV as whores. You know what I'm saying? Being plastered on the TV as uncontrollable, you know what I'm saying, non-virtuous women. Women that's contrary to the Bible. The Bible got all the answers you need as to how. You don't know how to be a woman these days? Look into the Bible. Matter of fact, call into your nearest or comment on your nearest Isupk class in your city. We're gonna teach you how to get your femininity back. Right? Go ahead. You got that? Proverbs chapter 1, verse 22. Read that.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
Read that again.
How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
Hey man, the Bible says, "How long ye simple ones," and this is not just geared to the women, but I just wanted to throw this in here real quick. How long ye simple ones will ye love simplicity? Man, all that stuff you see on the internet is simple. All the fighting on baddies, the loving hip hop, all these shows that show our women as ratchet, uncontrollable, just out of control women. That's simple stuff. That's the bare minimum. When the Bible says, man, you're supposed to be a virtuous woman, a virtuous woman. Your price is supposed to be far above rubies. You're diminishing yourself. Does that make sense? You're diminishing yourself. The only thing, you the one that's taking the money to act ratchet. You the one that's taking the money to fight your sister on camera. You doing that. And they're promoting it for the younger generation of young women to see. When the Bible says, man, how long, you know what I'm saying, women been fighting each other on TV since before I was even born. But when I caught wind of it was what? The Jerry Springer show. They had our women on there fighting each other over nonsense, stripping each other down, fighting each other naked in front of thousands and millions of people. For what? $400, $500? Money at that? You know, the Bible says money is the root of all evil. Like, you could be minding your business somewhere. Somebody come at you with some money, some zeros that you've never seen on a check. You willing to do anything. That's simple, man. Nothing that easy is worth it. Trust me. Read that again. Go ahead if you could.
Question online.
Go ahead.
DQ the rebel. Can I get a breakdown on that and that?
Card out of one card. What do you want?
I guess it's a general breakdown.
Well, you want it scripturally or like my take on it? I'm not sure. That's a good question too, because you know.
He said, what is heaven and what is
Calm. So, you know, it's a common misconception, man, when it comes to heaven and when it comes to hell, right? So heaven, you know, and hell is conditioned on earth, right? Like hell is what we're going through right now. We're literally in hell. Hell is not a place that's underground. You know, if you could give me, what's that, Matthew, well, hold on. Yeah, Matthew 10 and 28. Hell is not a place that's underground. These are things that the so-called white man when he put the spookism and the Christianity on it, he wanted you to think that hell is a place where, you know, you're going to be condemned to hell and be in fire forever. That's false. Hell is a condition on earth that we are going through right now. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are in hell right now because we are endlessly being unalived by people we thought were supposed to protect us, endlessly being prosecuted for crimes we didn't commit, endlessly being, all the negativity is being put on our name. You know, we the face of all negativity. That's being in hell. We in the ghettos and barrios, you know, reservations. That's hell. Places with slumlords, landlords don't even come out and fix anything no more. That's you're living in hell. Right? Heaven is what the so-called white man is living in right now. He got, you know, the suburbs, clean streets. He ain't worried about nobody robbing him. He ain't worried about nobody running in his place for home invasions. He ain't worried about the police being behind him. You know what I'm saying? He get caught for a crime. He barely, it's a 1 out of 100 chance he get prosecuted for the same crime that we as Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians commit and go to jail for. He is a 1 out of 1,000,000 chance he go to jail. You know, from what I just heard, you know, and this is a little sidebar. What I just heard on the internet, how come no, that ain't got nothing to do with heaven or hell, right? I'll come back to that. But heaven is what they're living in right now. They live 45 an hour away from the hellish conditions we in. They drive to their suburbs every day. You barely see their suburbs unless you got a driving job or a job moving furniture or something like that. You barely see they heaven. They're in a state of heaven. They get the nice job. They got pensions. They the first hired, last fired, if that makes sense. We are the first fired. We are the last hire and the first fired. They are the first hired and the last fired. That's a condition. That's a condition called heaven, but they're living in heaven right now. Their heaven is seeing Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians suffering right? Because they think they so much above us when again, like I said, America does everything contrary to the Bible, right? Their condition, their way of thinking is thinking that they are so much above us, when the Bible says we are above all nations on the earth, on the planet Earth. Does that answer his question? Salakia? Give me 1 second. He said, can I use the book of Deuteronomy 32 and 22 as a precept? Let's get that real quick. Deuteronomy chapter 32 and 22. Because obviously, the so-called white man, he in all his diabolical ways, he's gonna put any type of spookism. He's gonna make it seem like heaven is this place where any and everybody can be holding hands, and then he's gonna make it seem like hell is a place where your soul is gonna burn eternally. If there, let me just ask this question: if there was a hell, do you think the so-called white man would be on earth today? Out of all the diabolical stuff he's done to the Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, do you think he would be? And I mean this as a whole, is this whole race. If there was a hell for him to burn in, do you think he would be on top in America today? He would be burning. Just on a simple fact, they did feed our babies to alligators. That's a fact. Hosed us down with fire hose. Sick dogs on us. Like slave patrol hunted us down and hung us from trees. This is something that we didn't even provoke him to do these things. He just did it willy-nilly. He just did it because he felt like it. If there was a hell, as a nation of white people, they will be burning in there today. You got that? Read that if you could.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 22. For a fire is kindled. For a fire is kindled in mine anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell.
Stop right there. Now, I want to say it shall burn to the lowest hell. That's a condition. The hell is the conditions that we living in. You know what I mean? When we can't get the slaves that we want, when we can't provide for our children, when we can't get the transportation we need, when we living in these thickening conditions, we got bills backed up. You know what I'm saying? We living in apartment complexes or houses that have slumlords. Things can't be fixed in a timely manner. That's a condition of hell. You're living in hell. When you're living in neighborhoods that's poverty stricken, you're living in neighborhoods that's riddled by gangs and drugs. You know what I'm saying? The community is filthy. You know what I mean? As far as being dirty, like you got hella trash outside. Like you know what I'm saying? That's hell. You in fear stepping out of your house every day. You are being shot by somebody called the police who's supposed to protect you, in fear of being shot by the police, in fear of being robbed because you live in a gang neighborhood, in fear of home invasions, and the list goes on and on. We literally living in hell. Go ahead, keep going.
And shall consume the earth with her increase, with her increase, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains.
That's it.
Come.
Look, man, when it says shall set fire to the foundations, man, we in danger of breaking down. Like we have to be strong, because when it's setting fire to the foundation, it's the condition. Not only is it a condition, it's a place where we live. All of this is on our backs. You know what I'm saying? This is in our. Every time we go out the house to provide for our kids, we think about these things. You know, how are we gonna keep afloat? How are we gonna stay? You know, most Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, we live month to month, if not paycheck to paycheck. So we always thinking about when that next lump sum of money coming in to keep that foundation afloat. You know what I mean? Salaki, did that answer the question? I forgot where I was at too. The water. Give officer 5,000. Zaquan, you know what I'm saying? A round of applause. Got where I was at too. 5 minutes? All right, come. So where was we at? Proverbs? We was at Proverbs. So go back to Proverbs. You got what you have something to say? I'll go back to Proverbs and get this last scripture. Proverbs 7 and 11.
Come. I got you.
Read that if you could.
Come. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 7, verse 11.
Stop. Now we going back into marriage materials for a woman, right? This is just the context. Go ahead.
She is loud and stubborn.
Stop right there. Does that sound like a marriageable woman? A woman that's loud and a woman that's stubborn? Read that one more time. Loud and stubborn.
She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house.
Stop right there. The Bible, man, the book of Proverbs, chapter 7:11 says, these women are loud and stubborn. They feet abide not in their house. What does that mean? You got anything? If not, I'll just go ahead and break it down. Go ahead. Her feet abide not in her house. What it means when it says her feet abide not in her house, she's always out. She's never in her house. She's never, I don't know, you know how who's that? Megan Thee Stallion, Hot Girl Summer. She promoted women to never be at home. She want women to always be in the clubs every week. They ain't at the house getting the house tidy, clean, and doing none of that type of work. But they out putting their hands on their knees, shaking their tail type of work. Her feet abide not in her house. She's not often, you can't catch her in her house. She's always out. And I ain't saying when it comes to women having a slave. I'm talking about when she gets off her slave, she's still right outside, whether it be in the streets or somewhere else. Her feet abide not in her house. Keep going.
Come. Verse 12. Now is she without. Now in the streets.
Oh, so lucky. If I could, I got If I could end it right here. Yeah. The water, because I got man, with that, man, this has been the ISUPK coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. We are not affiliated with no Israelite group, period, man. ISUPK, Milwaukee, I'm Officer Kananya, Officer 500 Kananya, you know what I'm saying? April 12th, man, the Lord's 56th annual Passover in Atlanta, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, I pray that y'all done paid y'all Passover fees already. It's getting scarce out here. Y'all better get booked in the hotels, Airbnbs. You know what I'm saying? With that, shalom, Israel.
Welcome to Atlanta. Christ is Officer 5000, Jeremiah, the camp leader of Atlanta. Passover 2025, starting April the 9th, we got the lamb slaughter. April the 10th, we got General Muhammad's class. April the 11th, we got the black party that's going to have the Hebrew graduation. April the 12th, in Atlanta, Georgia, the 56th annual Passover, the only Passover under Commander Junior Hunter.
Our great and holy King has honored us for turning our lives from the darkness to the light, man. There's no greater gift you can receive than to wake up to the truth and then commit your life to saving your brothers, man. Looking in their eyes and seeing their faces and seeing what they've suffered and what they've gone through and seeing the end of it, man. It is a guaranteed seat in the kingdom of heaven, man. So in the name of our King Yahushua, we dedicate us another Passover of brothers and sisters' lives being saved.
April the 13th, we got the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Shalom.